Welcome once again to my channel and thank you for having tuned in to watching my videos so far. Today I want to introduce you guys to a new show that is on the OWN network and it's titled Ladies Who List Atlanta. It has been very interesting watching it so far and I have enjoyed the episodes so far. This is the fourth episode that I'll be reviewing, and so I'm going to give you a little backstory about the ladies. Now, the most interesting person so far has been Robin. And, she has been the subject of discussion for almost every episode. She's one of the brokers who sells houses in Atlanta, right? And she has a friend or so-called friend called Crystal, and she is a real estate lawyer, right? There's another real estate lawyer called Tiffany, but by and large, the ladies that are on this show are all a part of the real estate industry. I like the whole vibe of this reality show so far because it gives us women who are obviously well educated, women who are stylish, right? And women who we want to watch on TV. For instance, the lady who you see me have there on the screen, all right? And she is one of the brokers named Kiana. Now, beginning the episode, Kiana was having some issues with Robin, right? And so they all had this big blowout argument about um Kiana having gone to Robin for some type of assistance when she was trying to start a real estate firm. And of course, she went to Robin to ask Robin for some type of assistance. And Robin basically did not help her, right? That's according to Kiana, because Kiana is saying that Robin had promised her that she would have helped, but then when she reached out to her, she wanted to take $500 out of every one of the deals that she wanted. No, that she wanted her to hold for her. Now it turned out to be that Kiana thought that it was $500 per contract, and Robin is saying that it is not $500 per contract. It was a $500 fee that she was charging to hold her 26 contracts until she set up her business. And I think in this instance, I am not sure who to believe, but I'm more on the side of Robin because Kiana obviously did not go to Robin and say, okay, Robin, I didn't like what you did, and I thought that you were my friend, and so I came to you in a time of need, and this is what you did to me. Instead, she had her own interpretation of what happened, and had Robin not invited her out to be a part of some type of business deal, then she wouldn't have known that Kiana had a problem with what she had said. So in this case, I am thinking that it is on the side of Kiana who had was in the wrong, right? Robin obviously had her as a friend, and so she wouldn't have invited her out, to make some type of business proposal on her part, right? But both ladies, I enjoy watching. Robin has been interesting to watch. She has implied that she has some type of, mental issues that she is coping with. And the lady who is sitting there in the picture, Crystal, she is one of Robin's friends. And in the last episode, you saw where Crystal was saying that Robin was triggered, and the word triggered in and of itself triggered Robin even more, to the point where she got up and was, pointing in her friend's face, and was a little bit aggressive, right? A little bit. Our future actions will let us know whether or not Robin is really the aggressive one, and Crystal is really the one who is in the victim role. But for now, I think that Crystal is the one that is the aggressor. Meaning that she knows that her friend is going through something. Now, if you know that your friend is going through something mentally, why would you add to that by saying that she was triggered in the presence of other women while she was having a dispute? I mean, a disagreement with another person. I would think you would try to maybe remove your friend from that scenery or take her to the side and say, you know what, Robin, I think you need to calm down. I think what is happening, is taking its toll on you, and I think that you might be triggered. That would be a different approach as opposed to within the friend group, right there in the presence of the other ladies who she was arguing with, to take a side with them, which is what Robin is saying, that it seems like Crystal was on the side of the other ladies, bashing her. And so she probably felt very attacked. All of them were disagreeing with her within that moment. So Crystal should have been the friend who would have been more on the supportive role. And I agree with Robin. Crystal, I'm not liking Crystal at the moment. Crystal to me seems like a person who wants, everything is about her, right? And not about her friend or whatever, role that she is placed in. Because we will see later on where Crystal actually invites Kira to her business place and wants Kira to actually sign off with her in to have some type of business deal, knowing fully well that Kira gives her work to the other friend who is Tiffany. And in life, women are very competitive. This is what this show is proving, that women are indeed very competitive, very egotistical. We like to think that it's only men who have these type of traits, but women can be, especially women in the professional world, they can be very manipulative, very intimidating, right? And also very, very competitive. So it's something interesting to watch on TV, and we'll see what takes place going down to the rest of the season. No, this is where, I had to laugh when I saw how Robin was treating it. Robin said previously to know that she has an issue, dealing with female friends, having some type of friendly relationship with females. And I can relate with Robin here because she seems to be someone who is very straightforward, very logical, and will say what she means. And here it is now, Kiana is thinking something that she never ever said, So kudos to Robin for actually, holding her composure and not taking it to another level where she could have gotten upset that Kiana actually was saying this about her. Instead, she chose the other road, which was to, downplay her, taking it very seriously and just laughing it off and saying, no, girl, it was just $500. I would never do that, and just move on. All right. But it is something to be said about how Kiana just automatically thought that it was the worst, right? Kiana seems to be a nice person to have as a friend, though. Even though she, misread what was taking place, she seems also one of them who, is able to look at both sides. And she does point this out to Robin when she speaks with Robin, to say that she can understand how, Crystal might have thought about her, reaction to Crystal saying that she was triggered, right? So she sees Crystal's side as well as she sees Robin's side. And, I am not like Kiana in that respect. I think Crystal was the one who was totally, totally in the wrong, right? I get that, yes, you don't want your friend to be physical with you, but if she had been physical with Crystal, I think Crystal is the one who would have, instigated that, And not to say that it is right for you to put your hands on anybody, but in that instance, she already saw that there was blood in Robin's eyes. And then on top of that, knowing that she has an mental challenges, then you now go added to it, trying to, further egg on the situation by telling the lady that she was triggered. No, I was not for that. No, Crystal, she sat down with the ladies, and they all talked about what happened at the party previously and how Crystal felt, about the situation. And they asked Crystal if she had spoken to Robin. Now, right here is where we get to see exactly who Crystal is, because Crystal said she had not spoken to Robin since. And Kiana was saying that she had, in fact, spoken to Robin and had gotten past their situation. Now, um, Crystal did not take kindly to this, right? She did not take kindly to that, and as a result, you know, you can see where she kind of gone into her shell in terms of, being more guarded about her approach towards Robin, right? And in that moment, while she was having the conversation, she also seemed to have a problem with Tiffany, right? She had a problem with Tiffany where she was saying Tiffany needed to mind her own business because Tiffany was more on the side of, um, what's her name? Tiffany was more on the side of Robin. Now, you see where in friendship groups you can have a double standard, because here it is that she had a problem. She is saying she has a problem with Tiffany minding her business, right? Because Tiffany did not know the relationship between her and Robin. And yet, when she was sitting down with Robin and the other ladies, she was more on the side of the other ladies instead of on Robin's side. So you see how people can have double standards within relationships, and sometimes you have to, know the type of friend that you have and be able to take a step backwards and reassess your relationship with your friend. Not every friend is for every situation, and when you find that those friends are not in alignment with what your goals and aspirations are, you just have to just let them go sometimes. Or you know that within certain, things happening, you're not around that friend. When you need a friend to go on the road with, you know the friend to go to. When you need a friend to be serious with you, you know a friend to go to. When I need a friend to laugh with, you know what friend to go to, if that is the case. Now, I really liked how Kiana looked in this what they call it, I don't remember what they call it, but whatever. The picture there, she is so beautiful. The dress fit her body, the hairstyle looked nice, and she just looks like, a black Barbie, I could almost say she looks just as beautiful as a Kenya Moore, right? And she in fact addressed that even the fact that she was beautiful and how much it also helped her. And I was glad that she actually stated in previous episodes where she said that her beauty would only take her so much, right? Then she knew that she had to be serious about what she wanted, and so she had to put things in place. So, this is a very good example of someone who is self aware, right? She knows what she has going for her, and how far it will take her, and what she needs to do to secure something for herself, right? And when Kiana also spoke about her family growing up and how, as a matter of fact, all the ladies spoke about their families, their, formative years when they were growing up, and how it affected them and how it has helped to shape and mold them. And so, for people watching it, this is a reality show that is far different from the Love and Hip Hops, right? And those other dating shows. This is a show about people, I mean, women who are motivated, women who are beautiful, women who have strived through great odds. Even Kira, whose house had burnt down, and she has been able to pick up the pieces all on her own, because she says that her relationship with her ex, the relationship ended after the house burned down. Can you imagine? Lose not only the house but your relationship as well. So this is a reality show about endurance. It is about business. It is about friendships. And so this is a very good show to watch if you haven't been watching it so far, right? And I expect it to get even better as we come to know the ladies a little bit more, right? Um, Also, this scene here with Robin when she was speaking to one of her clients who she went to visit, she had a meeting with him and he ghosted her. He left without telling her that he had left. I think these scenes are really, planned out, those scenes with the clients, because I doubt you can just videotape someone's home without their permission. So most of these scenes with the clients, I believe they were planned ahead of time. Even some of the stories in the reality show are probably planned, you know. But anyways, it's TV. We don't have to break the fourth wall or the third wall or whatever you call it. But this scene was also, typical of people. They have their own agenda, and there are some people as clients who will use you as a businesswoman, take advantage of you because they do not respect you enough to think that your time is valuable, right? So imagine you have a meeting planned and the client allows you to set up time to be with them, and then after going to their home you hear that, oh, the person had to leave. That kind of very disappointing. You should inform someone ahead of time what your plans are. And if those plans have changed, then you need to also inform them if you respect their time enough to let them know that you're not going to be available anymore. So of course, here she did take it in stride. She called him and she said, you owe me dinner and I need to speak with you. And this is very good for even me, because I'm a person who is in the business world, and it shows that you can still be respectful, you can still be pleasant even when people have been disrespectful to you. Not to say that I have not been in the past. Now, these two here, Tiffany and do I remember her name? I don't remember her names. So far, this other lady in the black there, she has been, according to Kim Kardashian, the least interesting to watch. But this scene here between herself and her friend Tiffany, both of them seem to be on the same, you know, level emotionally, right? Or personally, I should say. Both of them seem very quiet. They seem very into themselves, very aware, and very serious about their business. And they make good friends. They were exercising together, walking together, talking about their families. They date each other's date together, go out on dates with their partners with each other. So they seem to be very much so actual friends. And you see her talking about her biological mother and how her biological mother influenced her in terms of her development. And I had to pause a little bit, because these type of stories just goes to show that every one of us have a past, and we all somehow we can relate back to our parents, our our years growing up as a child as being the major factors in our life. And so it gives us something to reflect on as a parent to say how well you are parenting or how your own parents have in fact affected you. I know that my parents have affected me, and maybe I will share it in subsequent some of my some of my broadcasts. I'll share it with you guys. But for now, I will wait until the right time to do so. All right. Now, later on, when Robin meets with the client, she is kind of lectured too, but I was happy to see that her client actually rewarded her with some other listings, right? I was happy to see that. But this here right now is where I had the is where I had the greatest concern, because this lady here, she went outside of herself to call the friend of a friend and to, invite her to lunch and sit and talk with her. And then at the end, to ask her to grant her the privilege of, being the closing attorney for her business. And I thought that this was so disingenuous. This was just underhand. Every negative word in the book, I could relate to this. And I have to ask myself a question. Are women this vindictive towards each other? I cannot believe it, to see it on TV, but I guess I have experienced some of it, right? And I'm sure you who are listening may have experienced some of this type of behavior of women being vindictive towards each other, right? But this was very low, very, very low of Crystal. And I can't wait to see what happens between her and Tiffany when Tiffany speaks to her about it. And I had to say kudos to Kira for actually bringing it to Tiffany's attention, right? When Tiffany heard, Tiffany of course laughed. She said, "Well, Crystal is not my friend, and she wasn't invited to the function." And so that's not surprising, but that's so, you know, something that puts her off, right? And I can agree with that. No, Tiffany, she is the one that seems to be the empath of the entire group. And, when she was having her presentation for her party, she was very emotional, but she thanked all the persons who she had invited for supporting her in her business. And she said it was not about the money, it was more about the friendship. And I really believe that because she did not invite Crystal. And to me, that indicated that she was not going to be fake. She was not going to be true to her feelings. So she only invited the persons who she wanted to share that with. So I can respect her for that. But of course, the episode ends at the party when Robin is calling over Kira to have a discussion with her about the problem that she has with her. And we wait until next week to see what happens there. But as I said, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any watching, it was a good episode, right? Even right down to this client here sharing his home and showing us, how he actually acquired the property and the changes he made. I thought that the house was beautiful. So this reality show is giving us a lot to see and talk about. And I hope that we can talk about it, whether in the comments or, you know, you guys sending me some type of message and we can chat about it. Okay. Or you can join my live whenever I start my live. If you are subscribed, you can join my live and we can talk about it. Okay. So that's it for now. Bye.